Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, and from my last edition, my digital edition of the Battle Cry newsletter from Chick Publications. I don't always agree with everything Chick does, but it does have some interesting Christian news. It's kind of like David Cloud's O Timothy newsletter, just fantastic. I thought this was a great article, an interesting article on the subject of creation by one of the leading scientists in the world. Let's read just a little bit of this. We'll read it together here. It says, world famous chemist, his peers hide from explaining evolution. Professor James M. Tour is one of the 10 most quoted chemists in the world. He holds 3 professorships at Rice University, authored hundreds of scientific publications, and his name is on 36 patents. He and 700 other scientists affiliated with the intelligent design movement took a courageous step in 2001 and began writing of their skepticism of random mutation and natural selection to account for the complexity of life. It's an impossibility. In the worldview of the universe of godless evolution, this was rank heresy. Tour has made it a practice to quietly, now look at this, poll top scientists in private, Nobel Prize winners, and members of the National Academy. What he discovered exposes how deeply Satan's claws have penetrated our modern education system. So, let's skip a paragraph. Evolutionists distinguish between what they call microevolution and macroevolution. Microevolution is changes within a species, such as the difference between Chihuahuas and Great Danes. And God did that. He created variants in our DNA, but it's still a dog. Still, all dogs have the same organ system, but when macroevolution claims for worms to become lizards, a whole different digestive system is required, and which we know couldn't evolve over a series of micro-mutations because it would be weeded out. It would be non-beneficial till it was fully functioning. And that's known as syntropy, fully functioning systems. And lizards to eagles is another impossible leap for which no proof exists. So Tour agrees that microevolution is common, sometimes helped along by plant and animal breeding to enhance the desired characteristics. But as he questioned colleagues in this rarefied academic atmosphere of Nobel Prize winners and the National Academy of Sciences, he concluded that there's no scientist alive today who understands macroevolution. Now, this is one of the leading scientists, one of the top 10 quoted chemists in the world. He said not one, nobody in the world understands macroevolution. And that's been my point on so many videos. And I get all these kind of strange replies by atheists that just hate your guts and we're really Satanists and all of this. And it's just no rationality in peer-reviewed papers that prove nothing. It's just like, these are all showing microevolution. There's no transcendence of species, especially of complex species, even though you've got irreducible complexity. And so Professor Tour went so far as to offer on his website to buy lunch for anyone who claimed to understand macroevolution so they could explain it to him. So far, he has no takers. At one point, the Atheist Society accepted his challenge and published to their members the offer. They even offered to fund the lunch. To date, nobody has come forward. When he polled many of his peers in physics and chemistry departments, he had to do it in private because they dared not publicly admit any skepticism on the subject. So powerful are the politics of the universities that job security depends staunchly carrying the evolutionary banner. And there's much more involved there. But I just thought that was so neat from Professor Tour, a intelligent design. I'm not sure if he's a creationist or not. But anyhow, you can see how repeat a lie, how lies can be propagated, and by the megaphone of the media and educational institutions, and by authority, people holding degrees, but with no evidence or faulty evidence, that lies can be propagated. And this is one of the leading chemists in the world. God bless you. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The heavens, excuse me, and the earth. God bless you. I love you in Jesus' name.